Please be seated. We are very pleased to be gathered in person today. After more than 2 years of the pandemic, we welcome the return of this convocation ceremony to Rockefeller Memorial Chapel, reflecting the overall improvements in our health environment that have allowed us to come together as a community. As always, our paramount mission today is commemorating the achievements of our graduating students. On behalf of the faculty of the Division of the Humanities, I am honored to extend warm congratulations and commendations to you, the exceptional scholars who will be recognized today. Your professors, families, and friends, those who have supported you through your studies, are all proud of your accomplishments and of the distinction you have now attained. We know that you will venture forth from the University of Chicago to become leaders, innovators, and persons of merit and accomplishment throughout the world, and that you will bring to your communities the benefits of an enriched and critical mind. The value of the enriched and critical mind is the subject of much debate in and beyond the humanities. Especially now, in our complex and perplexing world, many people question the practical utility of the humanistic enterprise, the study of human culture through history, literature, ancient and modern languages, philosophy, linguistics, art, and music, and are skeptical of the investment such an education requires. But the cost to society of not engaging in the renewal and advancement of human knowledge is too great to contemplate. Those who engage in research, teaching, and the renewal of knowledge, those who cultivate a deep level of self-examination and constancy of purpose, will contribute to and help ensure a strong, self-governing nation. Robert Maynard Hutchins, the 5th president of the University of Chicago, wrote in the International Journal of Ethics in 1934, "A university should be a center of rational thought. Certainly, it is more than a storehouse of rapidly aging facts. It should be the stronghold of those who insist on the exercise of reason. Its object is always understanding. Rational thought is the only basis of education and research. It has been responsible for our scientific successes. Its absence has been responsible for our bewilderment. A university is the place of all places to grapple with those fundamental principles which rational thought seeks to establish." The story behind the University of Chicago's motto is not one that many of us think about, and I'd like to take a moment to impart one more lesson to you. The motto, Crescat Scientia, Vita Excolatur, is translated with a bit of grammatical license: "Let knowledge grow from more to more, and so be human life enriched." This motto is not a direct quote from a venerable Latin source, but was constructed, fabricated really, by Professor Paul Shorey, a classicist here at the University of Chicago, who was born in 1857 and died in 1934. For the first part of the motto, Shorey liked the resonance of a phrase in the meditation composed by Alfred Lord Tennyson as a requiem for his friend, author Arthur Henry Hallam, published in 1849 as In Memoriam A.H.H., a meditation on the search for hope and great loss. The poem includes some of the most often quoted lines in literature. "'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all," from Canto 27, "Nature red in tooth and claw," from Canto 56, and the following in the prologue: "We have but faith, we cannot know. For knowledge is of things we see, and yet we trust it comes from thee, a beam in darkness, let it grow. Let knowledge grow from more to more, but more of reverence in us dwell, than that mind and soul, according well, may make one music as before. Shorey translated Tennyson's "Let knowledge grow from more to more" into Latin as "crescat scientia." He then took a passage from the 6th book of Virgil's Aeneid, in which Aeneas is watching those souls happy in the sweet fields of Elysium, among whom are those who were faithful poets, singers worthy of Apollo, and those who improved life with discoveries in art or science, and those who by merit caused others to remember them. For the second half of the motto, then, Shorey used the phrase, "those who improved life," with an appropriate grammatical adjustments. He then added the connector "and so" to link the two phrases, yielding, "let knowledge grow from more to more, and so be human life enriched." There are many lessons to be taken from this story of the university's motto. Now, as you assume the reins of leadership in academia, business, government, and society with the knowledge you have gained here, you will be called upon to propose solutions for global problems. You will be asked to respond swiftly and decisively in an ever-expanding, complex world. You will be challenged to innovate and to evaluate. As you do so, your actions, your deeds, and your ethical positions will be informed by the values and lessons imparted by your communities and your university. I hope you will use what you have learned here at the university. Change it, adapt it, translate it, connect the various insights, and make them something new, your own, and worthy. May every one of you use to your best advantage what you have learned. May you make a difference in the challenging world you inherit, and may your lives reflect honor back to your families, your communities, and the University of Chicago. Congratulations. As we now celebrate the accomplishments of those who are graduating, we also celebrate members of our community for their accomplishments in teaching, mentoring, and scholarship. Our first two awards today, given for excellence in teaching and scholarship by our graduate students, will be announced by Eric Slaughter, Deputy Dean and Master of the Humanities Collegiate Division.
The Humanities graduate students receiving the Dean's Award for Graduate Student Teaching Excellence. First, we recognize Sarah Gray Leslie, a PhD candidate in the Department of English, Language, and Literature, for her truly outstanding performance as a graduate student teacher for undergraduate and master's degree students. I am honored to confer the award for Graduate Student Teaching Excellence to Sarah Gray Leslie. Unfortunately, she could not join us today to receive her award in person. Second, we recognize Yael Flusser, a PhD candidate in the Department of Comparative Literature, for her excellent work in teaching undergraduate and master's degree students. I am honored to confer the award for Graduate Student Teaching Excellence to Yael Flusser. Please join me again in congratulating Sarah and Yael for their outstanding performances as graduate student teachers and the impact they have made on undergraduate and master's degree students at the University of Chicago.
For the Dean's Distinguished Dissertation Awards, Shay Wolf, Dean of Students, will honor a recent alumna and current teaching fellow for excellent scholarship.
I now have the honor of conferring the Dean's Distinguished Dissertation Award. This award acknowledges the outstanding scholarly contributions of a dissertation completed in the Division of the Humanities. The 2022 award goes to Katerina Corolla, who earned her doctoral degree in the Departments of Cinema and Media Studies and Art History in the spring term of 2021 for her superb dissertation, How to Photograph the Air, Photography, Cinema, and the Problem of Atmosphere in German Modernism, 1893 to 1933.
For the Janelle M. Mueller Awards, Michelle Lowry, Academic Deputy Dean, will honor 2 outstanding recipients.
I have the honor of conferring the Janelle M. Mueller Award for Excellence in Pedagogy, named in honor of former Dean and Professor Emerita Janelle Mueller. This year, we have 2 recipients for this award that recognizes the contributions of lecturers, senior lecturers, and instructional professors within the Division of the Humanities. Alba Girons Massot, a senior lecturer in the Department of Romance Languages and Literatures, is the first recipient of this award. I'm delighted to present Alba Girons Massot with the Janelle M. Mueller Award for Excellence in Pedagogy. The second Janelle M. Mueller Award winner is Jonah Radding, Assistant Instructional Professor in the Department of Classics. I am pleased to present Jonah Radding with the Janelle M. Mueller Award for Excellence in Pedagogy.
For the Faculty Awards for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring, Michelle Lowry, Academic Deputy Dean, will honor 3 outstanding recipients.
I will now recognize the university-wide Teaching Awards for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring. Our first recipient is Matthias Hase, Assistant Professor in the Department of Philosophy and the College. I'm honored to present Matthias Hase with the Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring. This year's second recipient is Josephine McDonough, the George M. Pullman Professor in the Department of English Language and Literature at the College. I have the honor of presenting Jo McDonough with the Award for Excellence in the Graduate Teaching and Mentorship. This year's third recipient is Megan Sullivan, Assistant Professor in the Department of Art History in the College. I'm honored to present Megan Sullivan with the Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring.
I now have the honor to bestow the Bobby Josephine Hernandez Shea, AM 1993, and Morgan Chia-Wen Shea, MBA 1993 Teaching Award. This award honors faculty members who guide the intellectual development of undergraduate students through exceptional teaching and mentoring. This year's exemplary recipient is Maud Ellman, the Randy L. and Melvin R. Berlin Distinguished Service Professor in the Department of English Language and Literature and the College. I'm honored to present Maud Ellman with the Bobby Josephine Hernandez Shea, AM 1993, and Morgan Chia-Wen Shea, MBA 1993 Teaching Award. Now, it is our honor to recognize each individual student for their accomplishment in completing their program of study in the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, and Doctor of Philosophy.
Dean Robertson. As Academic Deputy Dean for the Division of the Humanities, I now have the honor to present these students who have successfully completed a program of advanced study in the humanities, culminating in the degree of Master of Arts. Selena Aguilar. Abigail Anderson. Bailey Ballard. Mariah Bender. Megan Bickle. Victoria Boo. Cameron Alexa Carter. Joy Angelica S. Chan. Andrew Chong. Rayanne Chola. Sydney Chen. Seelan Chen. Yitong Chen. Inhyuk Cho. Abigail Klein. Kevin Colbert. Chelsea Lee Colon. Sophia Coyne Koznak. Shaughnessy Cudmore Keating. Claire Dettelbach. Corin Dewey. Joel Erickson. Andrew Ferry. Sarah Feeney. Harrison Fitzgerald. Florence Fu. Eric Giard Chase. Brianna Gertie. Mary Grace Gordon. Paige Hagan. Vivian Hahn. Jake Hansen. Willem Finn Harling. Madeline Harris. Tegan Harris. David Hounschmidt. Allison Havermel. Yensha He. Michael Hennessy. Sarah Hoban. Evan House. Richard Huang. Jinchen Zhang. Colin Kavanaugh. Wendy He. David Michael Kleinman. Nolan Kishbaugh. Martin Matsuyuki Nuemya Kraus. Mariah, whoops. Mariah Karan. Ashlyn Laser. Isabella Lewis. Tian Li. Zhengxian Li. Zhengyuan Ling. Yejie Liu. Meichen Liu. Kitty Luo. Saumya Malhotra. Yen Meng. Cree Middleton. Adriana Muller. Abigail Negley. Carla Nunez Hernandez. James Daniel Orr. Tricia Pankaj. Elizabeth McDermott Pedersen. Nicholas Pitso Rasmussen. Laura Josephine Prock. Suna Rahman. Michael Ramberg. Brooklyn Rue. Mugda Sanglakar. Eliza Sarazua. Elena Schaefer. Rose Sikri. Joseph Solis. Xingyi Mao Song. Jody Sparks. Noah Stolzenberg Myers. Zhe Tan. Jacob Troya. Leaf Turner. Theo Unkrich. Felipe Yeruta. Eric Vanderwall. Lucia Vereen. Thor Vucharanko. Thor Vucharanko. Aviva Waldman. Dantong Wong. Mohan Wong. Roy Wong. Rochia Wong. Tom Johun Wong. Handley Wong. Wedshu Wong. Xiaoyu Wang. Zinan Wang. Caleb Wexler. Tia Loren White. Ellie Winthrop. Zeph Worley. Aryan Gazdani. Anna Yu. Jung Yu. Fofan Zhang. Yangfan Zhang. Yiqian Zhang. Xiyan Zhang. Datura Zhou.
Dean Robertson, as chair of the Department of Visual Arts, I now have the honor to present these students who have successfully completed a program of advanced study in the visual arts, culminating in a degree of Master of Fine Arts. Sophia Anthony. Caitlin M. Au. Scott Vincent Campbell. Su Jin Zhang. Miles McClure. Alyssa Osterland. Abigail Taubman. Wilson Campbell Yerksa.
As Dean of Students for the Division of the Humanities, I now have the honor to present the students who have attained scholarly distinction and have prepared a dissertation that contributes to knowledge in a particular field of research in the humanities, culminating in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Michael Jason Bechtel, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations. Dissertation, From Collective Sovereignty to Autocracy, The Evolution of the Mongol Empire, 1227 to 1251. Maggie Borowitz, Department of Art History. Caught by Surprise, Affect and Feminist Politics in the Art of Magali Lara. John Edward Bullock, Department of Music. Dissertation, Radio Kurdistan, Iraqi Kurdish Music, Colonial Power, and the Transmission of Tradition. Ross Burkholder, Department of Linguistics. Dissertation, The Proteus Effect in Context, Evidence from a Gaming Community. Rodrigo Busad Cesar, Department of Music, dissertation, Tesseract Act 1 for amplified soprano, saxophone quartet, and octophonic speaker array. Barbara Deitlinger, Department of Music, dissertation, music and commemoration in early modern Europe, visual and sonic intersections of remembrance. Howard Farber, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, an examination of prices and wages in Babylonia, circa 2000 to 1600 BCE. Adam Flowers, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, the genres of Quranic discourse. Alia Breitwieser Gur, Department of Comparative Literature, dissertation, The Genius of Form, Jin Shangtan's 1608 to 1661 Transformational Literary Program. Emery Hakuder, Department of Linguistics, dissertation, Iconicity in Grammar, Typological Patterns in Sign Language Classifiers. Joseph Haidt, Department of Germanic Studies, dissertation, Revelation and Thought, a Study in the Age of Goethe. Matthew Hubble, Department of Cinema and Media Studies, dissertation, Acting After the New Wave, The Political Aesthetics of Performance in France, 1968 to 1981. Ella Karev, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, Slavery and Servitude in Late Period Egypt circa 900 to 330 BC. Tynan Kelly, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, Prophetic Eloquence as Linguistic Precedent, The Philology of Hadith, from Sibawayhi to Al-Farar. Young Bok Kim, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, Hebrew Forms of Address, a Sociolinguistic Analysis. Katerina Karola, Department of Cinema and Media Studies, Department of Art History, dissertation, How to Photograph the Air, Photography, Cinema, and the Problem of Atmosphere in German Modernism, 1893 to 1933. Maria Isabel Lachenauer, Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations, dissertation, Artua Wept, New Approaches to Reading Emotions in Danish Mename, the Book of King Denisman. Pei Shen Nancy Lin, Department of Art History, dissertation, Making Spaces, Site-Based Practice in Contemporary Chinese Art in the Long 1990s. Ailsa Lipscomb, Department of Music, dissertation, Precarious Bodies, Viral Listening to Sound, Silence, and Trauma. Jesse Lockhard, Department of Art History. Dissertation, From the Ground Up, Yona Friedman and the Post-War Reimaging of Architecture. Hilary McMahon, Department of Linguistics. Dissertation, Spatial Deixis and the Demonstrative System of Kalaallisut. Rao Mohsen Ali Noor, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations. Dissertation, Contending with Crisis, Sacred Bodies and the Ottoman Quest for Order in the Long 17th Centuries, circa 1574 to 1720. Michael Petticourt, Department of Near Eastern Languages and Civilizations. Dissertation, Liberation as Revolutionary Theory and Praxis, the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine and the New Palestinian Left, 1967 to 1976. Kyle Austin Peters, Department of East Asian Languages and Civilizations. Dissertation, Kyoto School in Totality, Theories of Self-Formation in Modern Japanese Philosophy and Thought. Andrew Patel, Department of Philosophy. Dissertation, Kant's Critique of Rationalism, Substance, Essence, and Noumenon. Amy Elizabeth Schurseth, Department of Cinema and Media Studies. Dissertation, Music's Visual Waves, Popular Music Technology and Audio-Visual Aesthetics. Rebecca Lynn Spearman, Department of Classics. Dissertation, Adoption and Alterity in Pindar. Mary Rosalie Stoner, Department of Classics. Dissertation, Making the Moral Orator, Wanting the Good in Quintilian's Institutio Oratoria. Esther Van Dyke, Department of Romance Languages and Literatures. Dissertation, Sublime Racine, Theatrical Practices of the Ineffable. Andrew White, Department of Music. Dissertation, The Improvised Text, Bodily Regimes of Piano Performance in the 19th Century. Noah Zeldin, Department of Germanic Studies. Dissertation, The Learning Piece from the Weimar Republic to the Post-War Era, A Critical Historical Reassessment. Shi Sheng, Department of Art History. Dissertation, The City's Pleasures, Urban and Visual Culture of Garden Spaces in Shanghai, 1850s to 1930s. And Yi-Ren Zheng, Department of East Asian Languages and Civilizations. Dissertation, Sounding Awry, Unusual Voices and the Problem of Speech in 17th Century Chinese Literature.
We have spent today celebrating you, the graduates of the Division of the Humanities. Completing a course of graduate studies is an accomplishment of which you should be proud. But we must recognize that this achievement is not yours alone. It belongs also to those who have supported you through the years. And so I invite all graduates to rise. Please turn around and acknowledge your partners, parents, children, family, and friends who are with us today. And now if you'll face me once again, I ask that you recognize the faculty and staff of this great university for all that they have done to make you the accomplished persons you are today. As you leave this, our 536th convocation, some of you will continue your formal education here at the University of Chicago or elsewhere, while others will start new careers inside or outside the academy. We, your mentors, trust that you will pursue your goals and aspirations with ambition tempered by wisdom, with discernment sharpened by critical reasoning, and with dedication fortified by ideals. May you prosper in your every undertaking. Good luck, Godspeed, and thank you.